And we just end up sitting here all night trying to think of an intro.
Yeah, true.
We record an hour's episode and then spend 3 hours trying to think of an intro that I'm not going to stumble over my words on.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anyway, I leave it all in regardless.
Yeah,
so it's fine. Welcome to My Life as a Cartoon, a comedy podcast where... Oh, what the did we say? I have to bleep that out now. I want to swear like up top, it's too early. Welcome to My Life as a Cartoon, comedy podcast where we remind you to clean your detached body parts using Cleaner Piece.
No idea what we're planning to talk about.
I didn't look.
No,
I didn't look either.
Nah.
I like the idea of your interview though with the. I don't know if we can.
Oh yeah, true. Actually,
we can talk about it. We can talk about interviews.
It's like Fight Club.
Yeah. We can talk about interviews in general.
We can.
So
we can.
Hypothetically speaking, if there may be a CV that was perhaps written poorly,
yes,
come across your desk, and you had to give the interview. I'd imagine if that were to happen, I'd imagine that they come in and they talk exactly like that as well.
Oh mate,
Like the way it's written.
Like a caveman.
Yeah, like Nathaniel.
Nathaniel?
I just made something up.
That's their name.
Neanderthal called Nathaniel. Nathaniel. Well, no, wait. I can't say it now. Nathaniel. Neanderthal. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's hard to say.
Have you got any transferable skills?
Yeah.
I make fire.
I put stuff in box.
You're hired.
Yeah, to be fair, that's what we need you to do. So, yeah, it would work.
Like top of the team.
Yeah.
You know, like employee of the month every year. Employee of the month every year.
Maybe they're in the right place.
Right off the top, I have to say, I've had no sleep, basically. So I don't know how this is going to go. And I think I've already shown that. Employee of the month every year.
Get employee of the month every year. They come to work every day for no months.
Yeah. I might be Nathaniel.
Yeah. I don't know what made me think of it earlier though. I was thinking about what if you could swap limbs or body parts with other people.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I don't know. Look, the first thought, because I know where immediately you know where it's gonna go.
100%.
So it's more of a game where
you're thinking nose, right?
Yeah, 100%. How long it will be until we start talking about someone swapping their genitals to have sex, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how long can it be until we get to that point? But my initial thought was like, okay, so I'm gonna enter an arm wrestling competition, or one of them competitions that have got a bit popular where people slap each other.
Oh yeah.
And then what you could do is effectively find somebody who's got got two, well, not just one really strong arm because that'd be weird, but like two arms. Wait, what am I saying? Of course they've got two arms. They've got strong arms. That's what I'm trying to say. Find someone with strong arms. We'll have to count people's arms all of a sudden. How many arms do people have? Find someone with strong arms, and then that person could hire their arms out. That's kind of where I was going with this.
Yep.
So they could say, okay, yeah, you can rent my arms for like...
Rent my arms. This, for some reason, instantly in my head, it's a Rick and Morty style advert. Like, www.rentmyarms.com, and there's just some geezer there who's like, hench. Create storage space. We're running low on storage space. This is not good.
Right, pause it.
Why is it not pausing?
Oh no.
There you go.
Yeah, that's going to sound really weird. I'm going to take some editing there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing's not coming up now. So.
Not yet. That's fine. What was we talking about?
We was talking about renting out your arms.
Of course we was. Yeah, so I guess, you're in the competition to slap thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it would change the face of what those kind of competitions are. Would it be classed as using performance-enhancing drugs?
Ooh,
do you see what I mean? It'll get outlawed.
Yeah, if you just go and take the arms of like, I don't know, some famous bodybuilder
or boxer,
yeah,
someone like that. So you're entering any kind of fighting competition, and you take their. So you're in kickboxing, and you just say you can only afford one leg. From the world's most famous kickboxer.
Mm-hmm.
Although would that make a difference, because it's still your skill, isn't it? as in like you're not taking.
Yeah, you've just got the strength.
Their
I guess,
fighting
from
skills
them.
not
It's not
in
transferred.
their leg.
No, it's not transferred over.
You know, you get their leg and then all
You
of a
never
sudden,
give it back.
Yeah.
They become homeless. They lose their titles.
they're just limping around with one of your short stubby legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to get like a debt collecting agency to go and
Go
like
and retrieve
claim
them.
the leg back. You know, you'd have to get insurance on your body parts if you're in the game of renting them out.
Yeah, 100%.
So you get insurance, and then that person breaks the leg.
Mm-hmm.
So they go into the kickboxing. Okay, so they go into a kickboxing competition. They can only afford to rent out one leg. So the guy goes, "Yeah, you can sign the contract. There's insurance on it and whatever else. You can rent the leg for one night." So they go to the competition. They go in. It's like the kickboxer's like 6'2". You're like 5'5".
So you're just
So
on one leg.
So you're on like locked over on one side, just one leg, kind of like not even being able to lift it all the way off the floor. Just kind of stepping and you're just sort of dragging a little bit as you're walking in.
I don't think that's performance enhancing.
Yeah.
Because effectively, you're standing on one leg, like a flamingo, I guess.
Yeah.
And you can only kick with your weak leg.
What, so you're spinning
You're
around
just flailing the weak leg out, yeah.
like a limp tail.
Yeah, literally.
Just pirouetting around with a tiny, like, one tiny leg.
Basically, yeah. You can't even move unless you're hopping towards them.
You know the Street Fighter kick that Ryu does?
Yeah,
where
when
he spins around like that. Yeah, that just terrible. That just imagine his leg as a really short, wet noodle.
Yeah, he's just hopping on the spot. Around the
Doesn't come off the ground.
Yeah, so I don't think that would class as performance enhancing drugs.
No, I think that guy fucked up.
Yeah,
but yeah, so
but he learned a valuable lesson.
He learned a valuable lesson. But he was spinning around on that leg to try and beat his opponent. The opponent was just like taking like every little limp kick. Yeah, he's taking every little like just little every now and again, just getting a little like clapping, kind of.
Yep.
As the guys who's rented the leg is pirouetting around doing this, maybe he spins too much and like twists at the knee, dislocates the knee or snaps the knee
on the strong leg.
On the strong leg,
yep.
On the good leg. That leg's effectively unusable now. He's got an injury for life. So he goes and gives the leg back and says, "Oh, I snapped the knee."
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe he's got to pay like a premium or something, pay like an excess because of the insurance or whatever. He snapped the knee, you know? But that guy can't use his leg anymore. So he's been walking around with one. He's doing the opposite. He's walking around like going shopping just with one short leg,
just dragging it along behind it. Well, actually, I suppose he wouldn't. Would it be off the floor? It'd be the same as the fighter, right?
Yeah, he would. He gets his leg back the next day, like attaches it. Well, he can't. He's got to go to hospital with it. Yeah, so he's got. I guess he's got to go to hospital, isn't he? So would you go to hospital with that guy's leg on and do the recovery time, or would you give the leg back and then like you attach the leg and like immediate pain?
Oh,
do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
so
true.
Like he's screaming in pain, the knees all twisted out of place, and like all kinds of fucked up, and then you persevere with it. You drag yourself back to like the meeting place or the offices where you rent the body parts.
What, without the leg attached, or with the?
Oh yeah, why wouldn't you take it off?
So now you got one leg.
Yeah, I've just dragged myself all the way back with a broken, dislocated knee. He's crying.
When you could have just took it off.
Just like up against the glass door of the offices, banging. Let me in. 5 minutes before they open.
Yep.
Open it up. You're on the floor, crying because the knees like the legs facing the other way. Do you think to just take that off?
Oh yeah, I didn't really. No. Now you mention it.
Oh, that's much better. But yeah, you give the leg back. So yeah, I guess then he wouldn't the kickboxer wouldn't then immediately put the leg on.
No,
because he's twisted and broke.
Yeah.
And he's not going to just put it on and goes, ah!
Instant pain.
Take it back off again. So you then take it to a rented limb hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's a bit like the Pokemon hospital.
Yeah.
So you take it down there. You can leave it there. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever they're called. You just leave it there, and you have to come back when it's fixed.
Are they able to fix something like that?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Yeah, true.
It
So
just,
put it in a cast.
if it's not on someone's body, you just twist it around and then
Yeah, true. Whack a cast on it.
whack a cast on
Get
it.
it right in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, maybe you keep that guy's leg in the meantime.
Oh, it's
That's part of the
insurance
Yeah,
package, yeah.
or I'll tell you what they can do. Your insurance can give you a courtesy leg. You know, that kind of thing.
Would
So
it be like a prosthetic or one that's
I reckon-
someone's donated? Someone's
it's a
passed
donated
away
one.
and they've
Yeah,
donated
it's a donated leg. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then if you get like a courtesy car, sometimes you'll get a car that's better than your own.
Yep.
And then like you can get a like a courtesy leg,
Yep.
and it's like way better. So
you don't wanna
he
do
ends
that.
up getting
You
like,
go on the run.
yeah. Yes.
You don't want your leg back anymore. You go on the run.
I reckon you twist your other knee like round, snap it, and
I'll have to get 2 courtesy.
you'd have to take it off first and then snap it.
Yeah.
There has to be some kind of way of knowing if somebody takes a limb off and breaks it.
Well, like
For
without
insurance
it being
fraud.
attached, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
For insurance.
And I don't know how they'd
limbs.
monitor that.
Oh, good question.
Yeah, someone wants an upgraded arm, so they pop their arm off and chuck it in a wood chipper.
Just take a bag of mints
Yeah.
to the counter.
That's my arm there.
Yeah.
There he goes. Your arm's still on. Oh shit. Yeah, just chuck your arm in a mincer. Then you're risking getting a shit arm as a courtesy.
Yeah, true.
Well, they
you
can't
never
fix that
quite
one.
know what you're gonna get.
No, they can't fix that one. So they've got to do. They'll do like a car. They'll say what was the value of your arm at the time of the accident,
Yep.
and then they'll just give you an arm to the value that they believe
Well,
that the
I
arm
was arm wrestling champion back in 2016.
Yeah, yeah. Have you got any recent photos of the arm? Yeah, I do. There you go.
Oh, that's a bit of a weird tattoo. That
Oh,
one.
there's a bit of a-
That'll bring it down a bit.
There's a mole there. You should have got checked out.
Yeah.
They go and get you an arm that's got skin cancer. There you go. That's what we value it as. Shit.
So you've played yourself in that situation.
Yeah, now you've got an
You
arm.
didn't have skin cancer. It was just a dodgy looking mole.
Yeah. Or the other way, you could genuine accident. So let's go back to our kickboxer friend, Kickboxer Karl.
Yep.
So Kickboxer Karl, so he's got one really good leg while the other knee's being fixed. So he's thinking, I could do with this. I could be. Maybe he's retired.
Okay.
So
yeah.
the original guy who hired the leg, he can only afford a retired kickboxer leg and
Yep.
just the one leg, which is what kicked all this off in the first place.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
you
did.
see? And then he's got the really good leg. He's like, I can rekindle my career here. I can go back into kickboxing again. That's a good leg. I need the other leg.
Yep.
So he could effectively go out, snap the leg, and hope that they, because of the courtesy one that he's got, give him the match set.
But somebody might have already had
Someone might already have
the
it.
other one.
So
Yeah.
does that mean he needs to go and track that person down
Oh, 100%.
and then
yeah.
hire that leg from that person and
But
then
then never
swap
give it
whatever
back.
courtesy leg that he's got
Yeah.
with that one?
This is like Pokemon. It's like trading. Isn't it?
It's a trading body
Yeah.
parts. Yeah. So he ends up with the double legs. Then he has to, before his legs are fixed, he's got to quickly get a match going.
Yep.
Win back the title.
And then
Like
ride off into the sunset.
yeah, he wins. They're holding him up at the end. It's like a really it's a long bout. He's just come out of retirement. He's the underdog at this point.
Yep.
It's a real rocky scenario.
Yep.
And then he like last round, he spins round. He merges with his legs. Like he focuses and like him and his legs become one. His new legs. Spins round, kicks, done. Sits back in the corner and his phone's ringing. It's the doctor's. Hello, your legs are fixed. No. So the doctor's called, and so the doctor's called, and now they want his legs back. And I'm trying to pick up where I left off because the mics, the computer died. Oh, this is not going well. Which one is it? So the doctors have called, and then they've gone. Right, so we've got your legs, and then we'll have to. Then we cut to the credits.
Yeah,
that's where we go, and then it's
and then there's
the sequel where he's then got to go down. Maybe it becomes a legal drama
Mate, you literally just took the. I was about to say, perhaps the second one, there's like a court case. He's got to prove that them legs should be his.
Yeah,
Like, he's earned them.
Maybe, yeah. So I'll tell you how it goes. This is how the film goes. So the first one is Rocky-esque fight. So he gets the whole thing with the snap knee and whatever it is that we just made up, and then and then he then goes, okay, so we're gonna. So it's very much like a kickboxing film or a boxing film, if you like. And then the sequel moves into a courtroom drama. So it's a complete like change in film.
Yeah,
it's almost like you're watching
from the start of the second movie. It's just straight in a courtroom.
Straight in a courtroom.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's all legal drama.
I can see it in my
head. It's all legal drama. There's no fighting. There's no training montage or anything like that. It's just legal drama, and they're going through this, and it's more focused on the lawyers. Like the actual main character, Kickboxer Karl. Yep. He's got no. He's kind of a background character, if you like. He's just there. He's just there. He's getting stressed. Like he's going back to his family. They're upset. His relationship starts breaking down. She's like, "Why don't you just get your old legs back?" Like, no, I need this for the family. He started drinking.
Yeah, he's wearing like a white vest. Like, there's stains on it. He's putting a bit of weight.
Because this has gone on for a year now. He goes to hire someone else's hand.
Just
where are you going? Nowhere. Drinking, throws the bottle out the window, screeches off in the car. Comes back and he's got another arm on.
Just a backhander.
Just backhander, and then just gets back in the car and drives off again.
Love it.
Because they're running out of money, so you can only rent it for an hour.
Oh yeah, of course.
You had to find someone that there's an app for body parts.
Maybe he had to pawn, like, I don't know, some part of his body.
His penis.
Yeah, of course. Come on, we always have to say it. He had to pawn his penis.
So then he goes, he pulls his penis, he goes to rent this arm. He goes on the rent my part app. Only parts.
Only
Hey, there's filters. You could go like hand and then size.
Yep.
Colour. You have to pay extra if you want to leave like the rings on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get, if you pay premium, you can really drill down into like whether they've got what like nails they've got on and stuff like that. So if they've recently had like gel nails put on.
Yep.
So if you can't afford to go and get gel nails done,
you might be able to
just rent someone's arms who've already got like those nice nails.
Yep.
They can send you the photo of the nails.
Love it.
I want to finish the film before we inevitably start talking about the fetish stuff.
Yeah, because we always do. So he's in court.
So he's back in court. He slapped his missus. We are not advocates for domestic violence, by the way.
No,
it's just to drive the narrative forward.
It's a drama.
It's a drama. It needs to be done. They're
spreading.
They're going to go to therapy afterwards, and he's going to make up for everything. That's where it goes. But that's jumping ahead.
Just gave away season 3.
Oh no,
episode 3.
Spoilers.
Movie 3.
There is a series that runs alongside it.
Yeah,
they did Better Call Saul.
But it's the guy playing Carl is like, he looks nothing like him.
Like, a different actor.
Yeah, completely different.
But they explain it away because he's rented different body parts.
Yeah.
little side thing. It's about the lawyers.
Got a new head.
Yeah, it's about. You only ever see the back of him.
Yeah.
So they're back in court, and the lawyers, like, they're going through stuff. They're doing the drama stuff. They're in the room together discussing everything, and then one person turns over a page and goes, "Guys, I think I've got it." And he runs out of the room, doesn't tell anyone what's going on. You're like, and he comes back, and they're in court, and they go, "I believe you've got new evidence." So he's just about to lose a court case. The jury have decided. I don't know whether this is what happens. This is more like for murder cases, I guess. But but whatever. It's high because he's a famous kickboxer.
Yeah, it's quite a high profile case. Yeah.
And the media's got hold of it. Like it's mad. And then they go, "We believe the legs that the guy had been given as the courtesy legs happen to be his great granddad's." Boom! And slams it down. Donated when he died. They keep him on ice, and he's
that's why he was able to bond with them. So easily,
that's it. And everyone,
part of his DNA.
Everyone cheers. He wins the case because he gets. And it turns out that he left them in the will.
Yep.
and it was, something was overlooked, and they ended up getting donated to like this rent a part,
Only parts.
rent a part company that give out the courtesy body parts. Yeah, and then he gets the legs, and then the next film turns into the next film's a romantic comedy.
Love it.
Where
Yeah.
he's got to make up for
Yeah.
everything
He's
he
got,
did.
yeah.
We just keep going
I'm
through.
trying to think of some clever names for these movies. Man. Like, I feel like the second one should be Carl, Walk the Walk, or something like that. But I can't think of one. The first one.
These legs are made for walking. Carl.
Walking's crossed that and just
Yeah.
kickboxing.
Yeah. So yeah, and then we go through every genre, and like eventually get into like
Horror,
maybe the series is horror.
where he's just lost his mind completely.
Maybe the legs take him over.
Yes, like in The Simpsons when Snake's hair gets
Yeah,
put on
like that.
Homer and
Yeah,
it takes him over.
So the legs start like maybe he wakes up one day. It's like Wallace and Gromit, the wrong trousers. He's
Yeah.
he's walking around.
But he's just kicking people.
Yeah.
Like, because he's a lethal kickboxer.
Maybe his great granddad was a racist or something.
Yeah. Not that we find racism funny. But, in this situation.
He was a Nazi, he just wakes up goose stepping.
Rent a tash.
I'll tell you
Puts
what.
on.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you what happens in that one. He falls down like at the end of the romantic comedy one. They're on a nice romantic holiday, maybe at the side of a lake. It's beautiful. There's a rope swing. The kids are playing and whatever. And while they're playing, there's like a dramatic end to that one.
Mm-hmm.
He falls down, and you just hear a crack and and then that's it. Cut to black, and then you go to go credits, and in the next film, it turns out that it's not as serious as what you think, but he has got quite a severely broken arm.
Yep.
So they go,
I see where this is going.
so they go and get him an arm.
I see exactly where this is going.
It turns out to be a Nazi arm.
I thought he was going to say Hitler.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Yeah, I just belong to
And
Hitler.
I think we should just subtly imply that it is Hitler's. I think
Okay.
you should outright say it. You just imply that it is.
Okay.
But like, it could have been, but it's definitely someone around that, around then. It communicates with the legs.
Oh,
It awakens the
convincing the legs.
Yeah, it awakens
into
that
its racist ways.
Yeah. So he wakes up, goose step,
Yep.
doing all that, and then maybe he doesn't realise. Maybe he's during the romantic comedy. Maybe the wife pokes fun at the fact that he can't grow a beard a few times.
Okay.
Yeah, like, and then so in this one he's like, maybe he keeps waking up in weird places. People are like treating him funny because he's waking up in these weird places. Everyone's staring at him. He doesn't know why.
Mhm.
Running back to the house. Maybe he starts thinking, like, looking in the mirror, it's because I haven't got a beard. Maybe he's like, I haven't got a beard. It's stressing me out. It's making me sleepwalk.
Yep.
Not realising he's just goose stepping up and down the
One arm raised.
like full on. And then
I could just picture this.
so he goes to rent a beard.
Yeah.
He's got loads of money now.
Of course, yeah, because
So,
he won the fight.
he won the fight.
Regained his title. Won
Yeah.
the court case. Probably compensation.
Compensation, yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So he goes to rent a beard. It's like, okay, cool, I can sort this out. Rent a beard. Go. I don't know why you should get hair plugs or something, but rent a beard's better. There you go. There. So it's a full on beard. I think that's the way it looks. It's a full on beard, but it was a full on beard when that person passed away, not when they were in their prime. You see?
Okay.
And then what happens is the beard talks to the arm talks to the legs, the legs talk to the arm, they talk to the beard. He wakes up one day and he's like, it's all shed, like he just turns over. And
It's sat there loose.
Yeah,
and
it's
as
like
he turns, all that drops off.
like, every time he shuts the mirror, a little bit of his beard's like falling away. And he keeps ringing up the guys who rented it to him, like only what was it? Only parts.
Only parts was the arms and the legs.
Do they do the beards as well?
Rent a Beard was the
Oh, is that a separate company?
separate company.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Sister company.
It's
if
a
you
sister
will.
company.
Yeah.
They do hair.
Yeah, yeah.
Like specifically facial hair or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, they rings up rent a beard. It's falling apart. Okay, bring it in. Let's have a look. And they go, yeah, okay. I'll tell you what. They maybe they patch it back up again.
Yep.
Give it another day. Let's see how it goes, and then come back. Wakes up the next day. His pillow's just covered in hair.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like he's being choked by it. Screams. And you just see the hair on the thing, and the wife wakes up and looks over at him and screams, and he runs into the bathroom. And as he runs in, Hitler moustache.
Love it. See, for some reason, my head just went to that scene where he's laying in bed but it doesn't show him. It just shows like almost like the wall. And then this scene in particular is in 3D. And as he sits up, the hair just flies towards the camera.
Yes, it all
And
just
then
comes off
as the hair like dissipates, is that the right
like
word?
a jump scare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just sat there with a Hitler.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, jump scare.
Like, so
So
for
he
that
wakes up
scene,
in a nightmare.
it pauses and they go, you might want to put your 3D glasses on.
Because that's the thing again.
Yeah.
Well, in this scenario, everyone's just wearing virtual reality headsets.
Oh, perfect.
Sitting
Yeah,
in a cinema still, but just wearing virtual reality
yeah, because you
headsets.
can actually do that. I've got one and it's quite mad.
Oh, there you
You
go.
can actually, if you're on your one, we could sit there in a cinema watching the same movie and chat. It's mad. It's
You know,
crazy.
you can do that just in a
In
cinema.
a cinema. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Touch grass, people. Touch grass.
Touch grass by going and watching a bigger screen,
Yeah.
just with other people.
And
Don't
they
do what we
ain't
do and
connected
try
a
and
bit.
find the most quiet time that we can go and see the film.
No.
So it ends up just being us two anyway.
Yeah. Which I'll always take that. I prefer it.
So, okay, and I like the jump scare thing. Is great. He sits up in bed like night terror, sweating.
Yeah.
Sits up, and the beard just goes poof at the screen.
Yeah,
Like,
literally. And
dramatic
in
music.
3D, it's
Yeah.
like it's about to grab you,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, as it sort of
Dissipates, yeah.
he's sat there with a
With
tash.
a tash, yeah. And then, but I guess he's then got to battle his own. Well, not
Well,
his own.
that could even be the end of movie 3,
That could be, yeah.
because literally, as the tash is there, his arm raises, and it just says Finn.
Yeah.
It goes all black and white.
It's Finn. And it's scratched out and put finished. None of this foreign shit.
Love it.
So the next film is not horror anymore.
No.
And then goes into maybe it's almost. I guess they're trying to hunt him down.
Okay. Yeah.
It becomes almost like a cop film.
Love it.
It could be a buddy cop film. So
Okay.
a cop turns up. Maybe it's a long-term friend of his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He's long thought that they're having an affair.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no! I'll tell you what. The guy who like, borrowed the leg in the first place. In the first one, he comes back.
Yep.
He happened to be a cop.
Love it.
So they get him in because he used his leg once.
Yep.
Even though it wasn't the legs he's now got, it was still a part
He
of him.
might
So
be able to track.
he might be able to
down.
track him down.
Yeah. He's
so
got
he
like
brings
a
him
weird bond with it.
in. Yeah. And then he teams up with the lawyer.
Love it.
And then
Yeah.
they go out, and it's like a buddy cop film.
Yeah.
And they've got to go out and hunt him
So
down.
like Carl's barely in it because he's on the run and stuff. It's more the bond between these two new characters.
Yeah, I think it'd be a bit like a 7, but a bit
Yeah.
lighter heart, like a bit more light-hearted than that. Like they're trying to track him down. Maybe they find him about halfway through, but then they need to work out what he's done. He's set like Nazi traps.
Yeah.
Maybe he was going after a Nazi artifact, and then the next film becomes Indiana Jones.
Love it.
I think we should just call the films Carl.
Yeah.
And then just Carl 1.
Carl 1.
Yeah.
Carl 2.
And just call it Carl 1 as well, not even just Carl.
Yeah.
Just Carl 1, because we know we're going to do more.
Yep.
Just be presumptuous.
I kind of want it to be so like Carl 2 changes up slightly. It's like Carl 2 back in action.
Yeah.
But then just Carl 3,
Yeah.
Carl 4, Carl 5. It's only that one movie, and that one was a bit more low budget. You know, it's the one less spoken about.
Yeah, that's the courtroom one.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, we don't need to have a budget for that
Yeah,
one. It's
true.
all in the courtroom.
Yeah, just
but
filmed
over
in
time,
one place.
that becomes a favourite because it's so.
It really gets to the depths of why Carl is the way he is.
Yeah, it's the most heartfelt one. It's the one that really looked into his life.
Yeah.
It was the most bold film.
Yeah.
We put in the slap.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a go and written.
And then
What was we talking about?
after Carl 7 is Carl 0 is him as a child. How he became the kickboxer.
We could go Carl Future.
Yeah.
He's like a cyborg, but he's renting cyborg parts instead. No, he's a full cyborg, but he goes and tracks down like underground back alley shops where they still deal in human
maybe
parts.
he's like a bounty hunter who's like collecting famous parts, if you will.
I tell you what it is. I tell you what the fuck it is. He's a full on cyborg now, apart from like maybe RoboCop-esque, where he's got like maybe a little bit of him still there, just a tiny bit.
Yep.
So Yeah, he's a kickboxing bounty hunter,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going, and he's got to track down a group of neo-Nazis.
Yep.
They've risen up again,
Okay.
right? So what he needs to do, he needs to find the back alley places that are still dealing in human body parts. He needs to track down the legs that he had.
Love it. And put them on one last time.
Put them on one last time. The arm. And then maybe he just draws the moustache on with a
laugh. It's really poorly drawn.
Yeah. But he has to infiltrate the Nazis.
Love it.
And his wife's begging him, "Don't do it, don't do it. You're going too deep. I can do it. I've got
this.
Yeah,
I've got this. It will break us. No, it won't.
Throughout
Trust
the film,
me, baby, I got this.
He's having urges throughout the film, like while he's infiltrating them. He's been undercover for too long. He's been in there for 5 minutes.
His walk starts to get a bit funny again. It's really taking over.
Yeah, you got the cop from the first film and the fourth or whatever it was. he's a kind of the man in the chair. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Like maybe at this point he's really old now. He's never had any upgrades or whatever else. Maybe he's after his adventures with Carl. He's like tracking him down and whatever. He's gone completely against like the renting the body parts. It's been outlawed at this point. Because people started putting cyborg stuff on. But he's putting it on. But he sits in the chair and maybe he talks into like Carl's communication.
Oh,
like so he's like he's the one trying to keep him centered.
On the straight and narrow.
Yeah. Like every now and again he'll catch him goose stepping but away from the
Yep.
Yeah. I think we've said Nazi and goose stepping and stuff so many times now. He's gonna get flagged.
This is gonna hit the wrong algorithm. We end up getting a massive like Nazi following.
Fascist following.
Yeah. Even though we are two people who are like the complete opposite of that. Like, nowhere near that whatsoever.
What other body part would you borrow? Would you rent? Like, that's what we was originally talking about.
Yeah.
I thought we was going to start talking about whether it would be like worth borrowing someone's toe.
Yeah. And then I just went straight in. I was like, because we lost that part because the laptop died on us.
Oh yeah.
But I said, if I hated someone, I would rent their penis and sleep with their mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for the rest of their days, I could say, you slept with your mum.
Which is probably the most evil thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I'm in my villain era.
that goes deep.
Yeah.
Like you've premeditated on this. Like you thought about this before.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the worst part is you suggested this topic today. So where the hell that's come from, I do not know. If only I could have his penis, I'd so sleep with his mother.
Just jotting it down indoors. Penis, sleep with his mum.
Yeah, but that is very savage now I think about it.
You would, I mean, I think we've done well. I think we've got to, what's that, like half an hour easy without talking about
penis.
The penis, the fetish side of renting someone's body parts, especially when it's called only parts.
Yeah, I mean, we created a whole movie franchise.
You would...
which I would watch.
I would watch that.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it in my head as it's kind of the, straight to DVD visuals.
Yeah.
That kind of
Apart
thing.
from the one with a 3D scene. It goes to cinema.
Maybe that one goes to cinema. That's like a bigger budget one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got it like straight to streaming, like Netflix special.
Yep.
The CG's like not fantastic.
No, it's not great.
That kind of stuff.
It's very low budget.
Yeah.
Becomes
a cult classic.
Yeah, I mean, we had to rent a courtroom for number 2, and that
blew our budget.
The whole budget gone.
Paying Carl the whole way through.
That's it.
That's why
in the series, we had to get a different actor, and you only see the back of him. We couldn't afford to bring Carl back for the series.
But the lawyer come and done it for nothing.
Yeah,
just wanted the exposure.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got only parts. So I would say that the obvious thing would be you'd rather than you get your guys that struggle to perform, so they use Viagra or whatever to aid performance. So you'd develop a culture where you'd go on the app, which I now can't remember what I called, but you'd go on the app. It's a bit like
Only Parts.
No, that's the website. That's the main company that deals with the parts.
Oh, yep.
There's some like offshoots of the company that specialise in certain bits or whatever. But I'd say that's the main. That's the main one. And it is OnlyFans that do it as well.
I feel like if it was just
They become bigger than Apple.
An app or a website that dealt specifically with peni. We've got it right this time.
There you go.
Normally we say penises or
Penises.
whatever. Then I would call it Pick a Piece.
Oh, that's good.
Pickapiece.com.
That's good.
And you can have a little jingle as well.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like,
good. Yeah.
Pickapiece.com.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that for just the whole body thing anyway. Pick a piece works.
Yeah, true.
I think that really works because you can get any body part.
Yeah,
pick a
true.
piece.
Say pick a piece. Yeah.
I like that.
And the logo is like it's like a puzzle piece for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
So so maybe you can have somebody's like picture. They got they have to stand almost like a mannequin.
Yep.
And like little jigsaw bits all over.
Like in when you open like a science textbook. And
Yeah,
it's got, like, the male and female standing next to each other, and they're just stood there like that. Yeah.
And you can like pick the jigsaw piece.
Yep.
And then it zooms in, and then obviously you can
start scrolling,
narrow down to the parts. Yeah.
Little drop boxes and stuff like that.
And you have to pay different premiums to be able to hire certain parts.
Yeah.
Like obviously the max will be like the genitals because that's blurred out at this point.
Of course.
You know, and then you pay a premium, and then you get the people that are okay with you doing that because you've got to be okay with the parts that you.
Yeah, true. You got to be alright with your parts being uploaded on there and
renting them out. So if you fall on hard times, you can rent them out. But then you breed this kind of bad like this scenario where people that fall on hard times, they then start to sell their body in a different way. So they rent their body parts out.
So sex work changes.
Yeah, but because they're renting their body parts out in different ways, perhaps they've not got the best body parts. You know,
it's been a bit abused over time.
Yeah.
So I just had a random thought. If I rented someone's penis and I slept with somebody and I got an STD,
give it back.
Once I give the penis back, do I no longer have the STD?
That is absolutely not how it works medically, but yes.
in this term.
But yes.
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
But that's part of the insurance.
Yeah, so that person, now I'm getting a fine.
So if they haven't got the insurance,
you've got to clean the piece as well. You've got to keep it maintained.
That's a separate business.
Scrubberpiece.com for all your genital cleaning needs.
There's any body part. You borrow someone's feet.
Yeah.
You just take them back. Sometimes they'll come back and they stink.
You've been wearing old trainers.
Yeah. You complain. You've got like a rating system on there. Don't let this person borrow your feet. They gave them back and they stank.
It was awful.
They were disgusting. They didn't send it through cleaner piece.
That's it.
It was awful. The nails grow out.
1 out of 10. I've got an ingrown toenail now.
So then they have to get it through their insurance. They have to send it through to the cleaning before they put them back on again.
Love it.
Just walking around on stumps. It's another fucking day. Because they didn't get the insurance where you get like the courtesy ones while his ones are out.
Oh, so they've literally just
or they swap round. They swap round, didn't they? Is that what we established? I feel like we've overcomplicated this concept.
Yeah.
If you're managing to keep up with us, please let us know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
because I don't fucking know.
Got an absolute Scooby.
I think they swap round. I think that's the base level. So you rent someone's feet.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm going with feet. You rent someone's feet, so you give them yours, and then you swap them around basically for an indefinite amount of time. But you're paying that person to rent their feet.
Yes, that's how we went with it. Yeah.
So, but they don't have to use your ones.
No,
I don't think.
If they want to go and rent someone else's, then they can. I guess.
Or they've got the package where they get courtesy feet.
Yeah.
So they get like a set, which is what kicked off Kickboxer Karl, because he had a good leg.
That's right. Yeah, and then he
but he
looked
wanted the other
one, got the matching pair, became his old kickboxing self, and won a title.
Then a Nazi, then a space Nazi.
Yeah, then a bounty hunting cyborg.
So
great franchise.
It's good,
honest.
yeah.
It's no more wacky than how Fast and the Furious went.
Oh yeah,
that started going into space and stuff. I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if that works, why can't this?
This would be perfect. I think this would do more anyway. I'm pretty sure we just come up with about 11 films. It was anyway.
Yeah.
I like the cleaner piece. That's good. Obviously, you get like as a standard if you're paying like the premium for people to come and like rent your body part and whatever. Obviously, you charge more depending on the perspective. So, I guess the same as the porn industry, isn't it? Really, you get generic beauty.
Yep.
Right. So you get the people on OnlyFans or whatever, then they can charge premium amounts of money because people tend to
they're what most people's
Would,
ideology
yeah.
of beautiful is. shall we
Exactly,
say.
yeah. But then you get like obviously
Niche
the
ones.
niche and like basically everybody else, and so you can just charge like the rates accordingly. I think it'd sort itself out well quick.
Yeah,
I think we're
so.
as a species, I think we're really good at monetizing anything to do with fetishes and porn.
Oh yeah,
Like it just
100%.
happens. Like no one questions it.
Nah,
They
it just
go.
happens.
They just go. OnlyFans, pay that amount, whatever, and you can see me.
Yep.
My bits.
My bits. Me dangly bits.
You can see me pum pum. And then go. People go. Yeah, right.
yeah. Do you know what? That's reasonable.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I could literally go on the internet, type in a website, and get it for free. But
I'm going to pay that.
I'm going to
pay that. That's not a problem. Yeah. I could even probably search you and find you for free.
But I'm still going to.
But I'm still going to fucking pay that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. We can't solve any kind of like wars. We can't solve economy. We can't solve like hunger.
No.
But as soon as we put anything towards any kind of porn fetish or anything like that, immediately sorted out.
Yeah, 100%.
Immediately. Yeah. Like done. So this rent.
So do we need to combine porn and war and stuff like that in order to?
So what you could do. So the boots on the ground, the guys like the frontline army guys, perhaps what they do is before they go into war, like a lot of the military funding goes into this. They just rent a boob.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So they go in with like whatever they can afford.
Yep.
In terms of like body parts. Yeah. So they rent a couple of bazookas.
Yep.
Like, wait, hang on. Not actual bazookas.
No.
I meant boobies.
Boobies.
I'm talking about warfare. I could have used any word. And then they, run in the front line, and the enemy go,
do you know what?
Distracting.
Yep.
And then straight away they go, do you know what? Don't worry about it.
I don't even know why we're fighting each other.
Why are we fighting?
No, let me have a squeeze.
Where'd you get them?
I want some of them.
What site did you use? How much were those ones?
Pickapiece.com.
Just poking them. How much were them ones?
Yeah.
No, they're good, aren't they? Yeah, I got them. They were on offer.
They feel real.
Yeah.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
They are. Yeah. They were on offer. got a month extra on these ones.
That's it.
And then that's it. War solved.
Yeah. To be honest, that makes perfect
Or
sense.
you could you could rent each other's. You could force the opposing armies to rent each other's body parts.
Yeah. I'm definitely in my villain era, by the way, because I will tell you my fault that I had in a second.
I'm thinking you rent each other's body parts, and then it makes it harder in warfare because you don't want to damage your body part.
Okay.
So you run in, like firing, doing whatever else, and you spot the person that's. I don't understand warfare. You spot you spot only through games.
Yeah.
You spot the person that's rented your, I don't know, like both your arms or something.
Oh, and you don't want to shoot.
And you're like, well, yeah, I don't want to fucking sting my arm because you're gonna get that back, and that's fucked then. Like, you can't do much about a bullet wound.
No, true.
Or if you blow it off of a grenade or something.
And what if that body part bleeds out? Does it start to decompose?
Yeah, because you can't do anything about it.
And then
you have to get it to the body part hospital.
Yep.
Quickly, but they're there with
ice.
the defibrillator. There's no heart in it.
No, but they're gonna shock it
just
anyway.
for show.
Yeah.
Clear.
Part of post credits on.
Just a dick laying on a slab. Boom.
Get some
We're losing him. Just doing mouth to mouth on it. There's no reason for it. Would you stop putting your mouth on the dick? We've told you this before. Big sign behind him.
Wait, if you're gonna do that, let me film it for my OnlyFans.
I like the idea of a medical sign behind him that just with one of them big reds with a line through it.
Yeah.
With a man trying to give mouth to a penis.
We told you about this.
One of the drawings that you get on like planes, where it tells you to put your head down.
Oh,
but they're really like plain looking people.
Yeah, it almost looks like a crash test dummy.
Yeah, like that. Really crudely drawn penis. Maybe it's not even like a good one. It's just literally the standard one with the two balls.
Yeah, a few lines of hair.
Just a line through it.
Love it.
Don't do that.
No, none of that.
It hasn't got lungs. What are you doing? God, what was your fault?
So yeah, with war, obviously we initially were supposed to be talking about solving it and stopping it, but I instantly went, well, if I can create a human out of any body parts, I could create the ultimate soldier and take over.
Okay.
You know,
I didn't
like,
consider that.
like all right, the Hulk doesn't exist, but let's say in this argument he does. I'd take the Hulk's arms.
Yeah.
You know, the legs of Karl, the
Yeah,
kickboxer.
he's got good legs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I start building like the ultimate war machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And take over. Yeah, I
That's
was meant to solve war, not
yeah. No,
not take over the world.
You've created the ultimate machine.
Yeah,
Not even a machine. The ultimate warrior.
yeah, basically.
You know?
Yeah.
So I didn't think about that. Could you rent somebody's head? That wouldn't work, would it? Like I'm thinking you can rent like their nose. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that can come off and whatever.
Yeah, but if you was to take the head off, then
You're not renting their head. You're just putting your head on someone else's body. You're renting their body.
oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
The whole body.
That becomes more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could take that whole body. Like I'll have that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the rich people do.
Yeah.
And just pop the head off.
Yeah,
onto that one.
They're well, I was about to say their body starts getting really old, but then so would their head. So, but I guess you put your head on a younger model.
So you just got a really old head.
You got no back pain. You can still get your shopping.
But the skin's just drooping off your face. Like,
you basically like look horrendous.
Just decrepit,
like you've not slept in about 80 years.
Like a crypt keeper.
Yeah,
like that,
basically.
But with like Arnold Schwarzenegger's body in his prime.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest
You mean the
image.
Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's just the weirdest image ever. Just a really old guy's head, just on a really fit young woman's body.
Good luck getting an AI image for this episode.
Oh, fuck's sake. Good luck trying to clip something out of this to put on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't think much of it's going to be allowed.
Nope, said Nazi
We're still
there.
not going to Twitter.
Nope, said Nazi there. Nope. I had a problem with the last one because I was trying to tag the fact that we created a whole fighting thing on ice where they get their genitals. Oh, talk about fucking genitals and that as well.
Yeah.
When they get their genitals stuck to ice and whatever, but I couldn't like use fighting. Like I couldn't tag that. Yeah, it wouldn't.
Oh
let me
yeah,
do
of course.
It.
Yeah.
But yeah, swapping the body parts over. Ah, fuck. The app is where I was going. What I was going to go to. So the app will be interesting because you'd be able to obviously change the parameters of what you needed, and you could change it from like lowest price, highest price.
Yep.
All the standard stuff.
Like set a don't go above this price.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got ya.
And you can get like individual images of like the parts that you want.
Mhm.
You get catfished. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so you change it to 50 miles. Like, oh, my radius is 50 miles.
Mhm.
So I want to know if someone's got. I'm going back to feet again. Everyone's gonna think I've got a foot fetish. I think it's because I wanted to say you would hire somebody. You could hire someone else's body parts to start your own business, as in like a fetish business, if you like. Do you see what I mean? So like you go, okay, I just want to borrow someone's feet because I've got like ugly ass feet or whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna borrow your feet for a day. Maybe like you dress it up because the person's got to agree
this
to
could
it.
become a money maker.
Yeah, so you can say,
Yeah.
like, oh, maybe it's because my significant other doesn't like my feet, and I just want one magical night with them where I don't have to keep the socks on, or something, you know. And the person goes, oh, okay, yeah, fine, you can, we'll switch. That's fine. I like that. So they switch feet for one day, but what they're actually doing is they're creating their own like website,
taking pictures
of that, yeah, and every time that they keep coming back, people will get suspicious.
Starts getting a bit sus.
Yeah, because you got maybe you can copyright your body parts.
Oh,
see what I'm saying? So you can't make money off of someone else's body parts.
Mhm. So it's actually illegal what they're doing.
Yeah,
but they're selling it on the black market.
Yeah, so you can't. Yeah, you'd have to try and find maybe coming across your feet on like a porn website.
Yeah, you're scrolling along. You're like,
wait, hang on.
Hold up a minute. I've seen that freckle.
Just knocking one out to football,
and it's your own. Love it.
I'd be traumatized.
I'll never masturbate again.
Let me watch that again.
Yeah, once you've got over the whole, I can't believe I just done that. You go, do you know what? I'll have another go. Let's see if I don't like it.
I've got another 10 minutes. I don't not like it.
Yeah, you close the internet down and like start scrolling through again and pretending like you just come across it all over again.
So you're role playing with yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Well, that's a nice pair.
What you do is you look on the app and you go, okay, I'm going to need to borrow someone's waist down. Go and get someone's waist down.
Yep.
Get that, change that over, come back again,
Mm-hmm.
and then do it all again. But because it's someone else's waist down, it doesn't count.
That's it.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
There you
Solved
go.
it. That opens up a whole world of problems.
It really does.
Does it, like, I guess when we was younger, there was this whole thing, like, where, and I'm talking about when we were, like, teens kind of thing, like, you got your first love or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There was that thing where they said, oh, if it's outside of a postcode, it doesn't count. Do you know, if cheating.
Oh, yep.
That kind of thing. Would it be the same sort of thing with this? Like, if it's someone else's body part, is it cheating?
Oh, yeah, good point.
You know?
Good point.
Because you could go down, I didn't mean it.
Mm-hmm.
I got someone else's waist down.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I slipped and fell.
Ooh.
All that jazz.
Okay.
It compelled me to do it.
Look,
It compelled me to sleep with your sister.
You've seen Carl. Them legs took him over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it can happen.
Like, it's a movie, John. Look, I'm just saying.
Maybe there'll have to be investigations into it. Can these body parts? Because I think people would do that. I think you'd go and rent a couple of crime.
Mhm.
Why have we not even spoken about crime?
Fingerprints, yeah.
Exactly. You just go and rent someone else's
You know
hand.
why we haven't spoken about crime? Because we always go towards genitals, fetish.
Yeah. We went kickboxing, films, fetish, genitals, crime.
Yeah.
If you
In
go
that order.
any of our episodes, you can just do those 5 and just swap them around.
Literally.
The only thing I think we haven't done is create some kind of like tournament out of it, which we normally do.
Yeah, well, I mean, genitals getting stuck to ice.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
true. We do usually create a competition of some sort.
I guess we kind of did because we said we did because you said you'd hire it if you're going to do something like that slap competition. You'd
Oh,
go
of
and get an
course,
arm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And kickboxing.
And
That's where
kickboxing,
Carl
we've done
came
it.
from.
Yeah, there you go. See you later, guys.
See you
Thanks
later.
for
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'm tired.
You look round and our very minimal fan base is sitting in the back. Oh, you are watching.
Oh, hello.
They still need to download the episode though, even though they've watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we'll have no one.
No.
Yeah. So what was I saying? Crime. Yeah, you would have a situation where you could hire. I wouldn't even go like just classic, like burglar or like bank robber. Like you'd get. Oh, I'll tell you what you could do.
This sounds like a good idea. I like
Disguise. You know the classic glasses, nose, moustache from a joke shop disguise. You can just rent someone's nose, beard, mouth.
Where their moustache attaches to their nose.
Yeah,
Anyway, so it's
just
like
that.
one piece.
As your disguise.
Love it.
Yeah, that's your disguise. And you get someone else's hands.
Yep.
That changes the fingerprints.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I guess you can just go and, you can go and rob.
So really and truthfully, you could do whatever you want. Are we going with the same as when we was going to create the portals and we decided this would not be a good idea for mankind?
Yeah, I think we've ruined the earth.
Yeah, we've destroyed the earth.
Crime's
once again.
rampant. Everyone's addicted to porn.
Yeah,
but porn of themselves.
there's only one man.
Oh,
that's
exactly what happened. There'd be a whole new. We've bred a whole new fetish. I guess you can kind of do it anyway because you'd watch a videotape of yourself. But it'll be a fetish of watching your body parts being used.
Like a cuck situation.
Yeah, when
like
you're not using
yourself.
Yeah, you're cucking yourself when you're not using them.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there with somebody else's body part, or like the courtesy one they've given you.
Yep.
And then you're frantically searching for the person that's
Love
used yours or hired yours.
Self-cucking.
Yeah. People aren't turning up for work.
That's a new porn category.
Yeah, self-cucking, yeah. People aren't turning up for work. What's he doing? I don't know. Just sitting at home frantically looking up the people.
Yep.
He must have used it for something. He hired it for a week.
That is great.
Oh, no.
So
I tried
many
to steer
concepts.
away from it. I tried to go into porn. No, I tried to I tried to go into crime and then went straight back to porn again.
Oh, it can't be helped. It's
No.
one of them things.
So the crime thing seems to be a bit of a gimme though.
Is
Like
one standing behind that tree, or is it like a bollard?
it's a bin, I think.
Oh, a bin.
Yeah.
You know, I thought. You know when people have like black trousers, but they've got the high vis strips.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
Someone's spying on us from behind the tree.
Yeah, I thought it was Carl.
You know, with one of them, like it looks a bit like a megaphone, but you listen through it. Like
yeah,
those
yeah,
things.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He's listening. Yeah,
listening
he's
to
got a
the-
rival podcast. We always say about rival podcasts as well.
yeah.
He's got a rival podcast.
podcast. Yeah,
He's getting stealing our ideas. Or maybe he's a movie maker. Is that the right? Is that the
yeah,
right term?
director.
Director.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because we always come up with great movie concepts.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you see him running off.
Yeah.
But he's wearing high-vis trousers, so you can see him.
So we can see him
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah.
Dickhead should have
Yeah.
rented someone
And he's
else's.
got one leg that's weirdly more muscular.
Yeah, I was going
than
to
the
say you should
other.
have rented someone else's legs, but he still would have rented the legs and put high-vis trousers on.
Yeah.
So would have made no difference.
Makes no difference.
He's
no.
just running weirdly because he's not used to them yet. Like a duck that's about to shit itself.
That's another great image. Oh.
Yeah, crime's a bit of a gimme because I guess that's such an easy concept. I feel like it's an untapped part of this whole swapping body parts thing, but I can't quite work out what the most effective thing it would be used for. Because they'd quickly understand that if you're hiring someone else's hands, then people are going to go and do crimes. You'd have to look into it differently,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd have to be like, okay, your fingerprints have come up at the scene of the crime. Can you show me your rental history for your hands?
Yeah,
So
perhaps,
you've got a log.
Perhaps like the log is dated, say Wednesday the 13th.
Yeah.
And the crime, like you gave them hands out,
Yep.
and the crime happened on the 16th.
Yep, and you
or
hadn't
whatever.
received them back because
Yeah.
it's logged on the app and
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
else.
yeah.
So then they'd obviously need to track down like IP addresses and whatever the person that hired the hands.
Yep.
But they could use like they could hide the IP address, or they could use somebody else's nose and moustache
Yep.
to come and rent it.
Love it.
Yeah,
Yep.
or yeah. I was gonna say, or they could use somebody else's head, but that's not them. Then I keep doing that.
I know, but we said you can't do.
You
heads
can't do
on it.
that.
Yeah.
Right, we're gonna swap heads, okay, and then you're gonna go and rent them hands. No,
Why?
I don't. Stop asking me to do this. It doesn't work. I'm just on your body. Stop knocking at my door.
Literally.
Please.
You're not selling this to me.
I think he wants to commit a crime. What would you do about renting out somebody's vagina? You can't really detach that though, can you?
No, you can't.
That'd have to be lower body.
Yeah, that would have to be a whole lower body section, or
Yeah.
at least to the knees.
I don't know why we think
would
you can
say.
detach everything else, but for that, no, that's a no.
Yeah, vagina can't be detached.
It just seems.
I
weird.
reckon it can. I reckon they're just velcroed on.
Yeah.
you just, oh, you want this yet? There you go.
It just seems. I don't like the image of like the whole section being taken out. It
Yeah,
really,
but
like-
with a penis, I think because it hangs off the body,
You could just
like same with
like,
the boobs. you
Yeah,
just
I'm imagining it's got like a little silver like plate with a little kind of what do we call it, like a shaft, like a little shaft coming up and a little tiny ball on top of it, and then
Yep.
the penis or the detachable part of the body, finger
the
or
ball
whatever,
pops into
pops
like
in.
a little
Pops in, like that. That's how I imagine.
Like if you pulled the head off of an action man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know why I didn't just say that. Yeah, exactly.
But I
That.
got what you meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just go, don't. That's how I imagine it. But then if it's like that part, if it's the female part, like the concept of the whole lot coming out,
Yeah. How
makes
how
my
would it
skin
work?
crawl.
Yeah,
Like,
I get it.
it
Even
makes
though
me
we
really-
don't have a vagina.
it makes you really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like when they rip the spine out in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I imagine it.
See, now my mind goes to an even crazier place of like pregnancy and stuff. What happens with that?
I don't think anybody will let you rent the baby to put it
No,
on.
not the baby, but imagine you're pregnant and someone like borrows your body. Are they giving birth to your child? So are they now the parent, or
Oh,
so you put your head?
okay.
A woman puts her head on a pregnant woman's body.
Okay.
And
Okay.
ends up the waters break. She gives birth. Does the baby belong to the head?
Okay. So you
or
could,
to the
so
body.
effectively, you could pay somebody to experience
Childbirth.
childbirth for you because you don't want to.
Yeah.
So you could say my due date is between this time and this time. You can find someone who's desperate for money.
Yep.
And they'll go, okay, fine, because they'll experience the pain
Yes.
at
yes.
the time. So you switch heads,
Mm-hmm.
and you just quite simply switch heads. They give birth. They then, you'd have to be cold as fuck to like to do that
to be able
because
to do that.
to
and
just
then
they put your head back on the body and go, Gucci goo.
yeah, 100%, 100%.
That's
That takes a special individual.
yeah,
that one.
that's not a parent. I
What was
don't
that
think.
noise?
Oh, it was me. I hit the pedal.
Oh, I thought someone knocked on the window. I was like, oh, it was my head.
Have you got a penis I can borrow? This one's not working. Yeah, hang on.
2 secs.
£5.
No contract.
Yeah, yeah, don't worry about it. I can see where you're going.
No win, no fee.
Behind the bins over there.
Yeah. It's definitely coming back. With
You'd
some
have
sort
you'd
of
have
disease.
homeless people doing that, I reckon. Oh, they could do the pain thing. We'll take pain for money or
Yeah.
whatever. Like
that's
sign.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll swap body parts for money,
Yep.
like that kind of
Yep.
thing. And then you can go like, okay, cool. Like
I reckon they're the ones who would end up in the crime waves.
perhaps like you know,
There's no contract to show to be
they're not in the
traced,
system.
so you
if
could
like.
take their hands and commit the crimes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like you've got into trouble and someone wants to kick your ass,
Mm-hmm.
so you go, fuck. Let me go and get a homeless guy's body,
Yeah.
or like somebody's body that, and then you. This is bum fights, isn't it?
Yeah. Are we getting arrested for recreating bum fights?
Yeah. So yeah, you swap heads, go and have the fight,
Yep.
and no matter what happens, then like try and cover your face. Obviously, 'cause
Yeah.
it's still your head. But
But
any body shots,
effectively,
yeah, any
yeah.
body shots or whatever. Like
You're
that.
gonna feel them at the time, but once you swap back, you're back
Oh
to
yeah,
normal.
yeah. Fuck, that's not how I imagined it. I was thinking, yeah, the damage is what. I was
Yeah,
thinking.
because I think pain.
But then
we
you left
feel
your body with a
pain-
homeless person.
I think our brain tells us to feel pain, right? Is that how?
It's the nervous system, yeah.
Yeah.
So it sends a signal up to the
So I
brain. The
guess
brain goes,
because
ouch,
our
pain,
head is
run
on
away.
that body,
You'd feel it.
even if the body gets hit, you would feel
You'd feel it,
yeah.
yeah. I'm thinking you left your body with some guy that you've just paid like cash.
Oh yeah.
They're also going to be abusing that body.
100%.
They've got like
Turns
not
out
to-
they're
not to
addicted to heroin.
yeah, I was going to say not to discriminate or box homeless people in, because that's not the case at all. Like I understand, but yeah, that's the kind of luck that I would have.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I'd think, look, maybe I'm doing this guy a favour.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be nice for him. Perhaps I'll say to him, look, here's a suit as well. Here's my body. Here's a suit.
Yeah.
Give him a little shave.
Go get yourself a job.
Yeah, go in
Yeah.
there.
Get back on your feet, man.
Yeah, go for it. And then you turn up and he's like sitting there,
It's a needle
hanging out his arm. Like yeah.
You put your body back on. You start one day. You getting a bit
Yeah,
itchy on your arm.
yeah. Would you take over the? Yeah,
I
would you
think-
take?
yeah.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, you would take over the addiction.
Yeah, I think we've ruined the world again.
Yeah, yeah.
This should just be called Lewis and Tom Ruin the World.
What we're gonna do tonight, Lewis? Same thing we do every night, Tom. Try to ruin the world.
Oh, we've destroyed the world in so many different ways.
We really have.
Oh, okay. I'm fucking done.
On that note,
Yeah, on that note, I've been Lewis,
I've been Tom.
and like every week, do I normally say you've been listening to My Life as a Cartoon?
I think so. Yeah.
Something like that. And really what we want is for you to comment, let us know what you think,
Yeah.
and like it on whatever you're listening to it on, or 5-star review. It has to be a 5-star, obviously,
Of course.
because we
yeah.
just ruined the world.
Yeah.
So what have you got left to lose?
Exactly.
Yeah,
so you might as well.
You might as
just put
well,
that
because
5
when
star.
we start swapping body parts, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're finding your body on a person, got a needle hanging out the arm.
Yep.
You're whacking off to your own foot,
Feet.
your own foot porn. Or it's the feet, but just your toes. Someone's just rented your toes.
Rented your toes. Yeah. Love it.
That makes it even weirder somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
So yeah, comment and do that stuff for us.
Let
please.
us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you think. And if you've got any ideas as well. So we're on Bluesky, which is My Life as a Cartoon. We're on Instagram at mylifeasacartoon_2024. We are on. You can get us in. You can email us as well as lifeasacartoon@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all the places right now that you can reach us. And yeah, don't switch your body parts with people that you go through the legitimate process.
Yes.
Go through a legitimate website, look at the app, be careful,
Yes.
get the correct insurances, because if something goes wrong, then you end up
you're
with a
in
Nazi
serious
leg.
trouble.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go to pick a piece.
Yeah, don't go, but make sure you use cleaner piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always clean your piece.